How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and today we're going to be doing another review. This time on Hyperion's Seraphical Euphony. Try saying that 5 times fast. They are a blackened melodic death metal band from Stockholm, Sweden. They have Harry Laureus on vocals, Eric Molnar on guitar, Anders Peterson on drums, Michael Melm on guitar, and Joel Hagroth also on guitar. We're going to start off first with the vocals. They're performed very well. They are about medium to high in the mix. They are smooth but still raspy and aggressive, reminiscent of the Black Dahlia Murder at points. Not as grim or as shrieky as your stereotypical black metal vocals, but they're still enjoyable. More along the lines of Satyrcon's now Diabolical album for vocal wise, and all in all, pretty enjoyable. There's also a brief section in the last song that are clean, but they're very soulful cleans and rather enjoyable, despite kind of being in a genre that normally just has a bunch of growling and shrieks and stuff like that. So yeah, really good vocals, definitely matches the music behind it. Next for the guitars, they're just incredibly riff heavy. They're kind of high and up front in the mix, but not like belligerently so. Like it's enjoyable. It's not just overpowering or anything like that. The guitaring is also very diverse. You get some soft rhythms, but you also get like some blistering solos and tremolos in there. Lots of melody and guitar layering throughout. It's kind of like off the charts with how much like layering of guitars they did in there. It's really well. It's not done too much either. It's not like there's so much going on that you're like, oh my god. But it's a decent amount of layering and it's utilized very well. The These guys definitely know what they're doing, that's for sure. There's no way you're going to get bored listening to the riffs in this album, and nothing feels recycled. It's quite unique and fairly outside of the box stuff for the genre that it is. There's like fantastic acoustic moments, or movements rather, kind of sprinkled throughout the album too. So it's like not just electric, there's also acoustic bits. And I definitely appreciated everything they brought to the table there. As for the bass, I don't know if it was missing or if it was just kind of distorted and low volume, but I couldn't quite pick up whether there was bass in it or not for some reason. Perhaps the third guitarist tuned his guitar down really low to kind of pick up the gap there where the bass would be. Something's there. There's something there, but I'm not quite sure if it's actually the bass or not. There's quite a lot occurring, like I said, in these songs. So it was a little hard to pick up if it was there or not. But you definitely don't miss it if it's not actually there. There's a fairly decent low end throughout the entire album, so it's not like, oh my god, this would have been so much more improved if they had to throw in a bass solo or something in there. But yeah, so if there is a bass line in there, it's really low in the mix, or it's just distorted and kind of blends in quite a bit with the guitar. So perhaps check it out and let me know. But for me, I didn't quite pick up too much, unfortunately. But like I said, it wasn't hindered by it not being prominent, so don't take that the wrong way. You won't be missing out. Anyways, onto the drums. It sit about mid to center mix. It was very punchy though. The kicks were very fast. There's a great snare sound. I wish I could have heard a little bit more from the snare. It was good, but I would like to hear like a little bit louder in the mix. But that's just my personal preference. It didn't take away from the music. It was a good use of the snare. It had a decent sound, and I wouldn't have hated if it was a little louder. So yeah, there's also some really cool quick drum fills in there. There's some slow drum fills as well. The pacing throughout this album is never always the same thing, so you're treated very well there. The There's also some good use of blast beats that I noticed. Like I said, they can play slow, they can play fast, and the blast beats that were done were utilized very well. They also kept, the drummer that is, they kept amazing beat and time. He never seemed to falter anywhere in there. Uh, they also never tried to get over too technical with the drumming. The guy just basically buckled in and did his job really well. He didn't try to like be the most um, random technical drummer out there, but he did bring in some like some technical bits. But yeah, he wasn't up his own ass. So it's nice to see that a drummer can just get done what needs to get done, add in a little bit of spice here and there, and not try to make it too egocentric. So good job to the drummer, great job, done it very well. I got some things to learn. So anyways, that's what I think of the instruments. A couple of my favorite tracks were number 5, which was Moral Evasion, and the follow-up track number 6, which is Primal Cosmic Ascendancy. So those two tracks were uh, really well received in my books, and I enjoyed those the most. But the rest of the tracks were just as good. Um, it was almost hard to kind of pick my favorite ones. So those, I'm gonna go with those. My overall thoughts on this is just, damn, what a ride. Soaring epic arrangements, overflowing with melody, riffs for days, yet they still maintain an underlying kind of blackened, gloomy element. Pretty much every track had that. If I had to compare this to anything, it would be like Amon Amarth meets Karak and Gren, but even more grandiose and powerful. Like, this is definitely something you want to listen to if you're into those bands, for sure. If you're kind of questioning whether you're gonna like or enjoy kind of extreme metal, or symphonic or melodic Black and Death because of bands like or like Cradle of Filth or Dimmu Borgir, uh, Hyperion is definitely the solution. They will definitely hook you if you're questioning if that genre or not. Uh, they're probably one of the best ones to listen to in said genre. I'm like, for example, I don't really catch myself listening to too much symphonic black metal or symphonic death metal, or like extreme metal, like you know Cradle of Filth or Dimmu or anything like that, really. But these guys, they have their own unique flavor, and they do it right, and it basically has changed my mind on that kind of genre. And thanks to Hyperion, I definitely have opened up my uh, my view on said genre. So yeah, overall great stuff. Check it out. It might just change your mind. It might just change your mind as well. Um, yeah, check out Hyperion's Seraphical Euphony. I'm Jesse Morgan, and I would buy this album. Stay sick and have a good one, guys.